How's it going, guys? So it is Monday afternoon. We mowed the Triticale on Saturday. Let it dry yesterday, had a nice drying day. And now today we got a nice breeze. It was sunny, a little cloudy right now, but it's not bad. I'm gonna go through and tet it all again. Want to get it flipped over so it can dry a bit more. And we're hoping tomorrow morning we can chop it. That's the plan anyway. We set up the New Holland on the corn planter this morning. Hoping we can start planting corn tomorrow as well. Just going over all the acres, this shouldn't take too long. We've had really good drying weather, but this crop was so heavy that you gotta make sure it has enough time to dry out good. It's good to tet it again because you got green stuff that's on the bottom. You can kind of see where I went there, it's greener. This was kind of getting brown on top, getting dry. It's Monday night now, it's like 10:30 at night. I've been out raking, getting a head start on this tonight. Plan is tomorrow morning we're gonna start chopping. And I have about half of it raked now. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Yep. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday morning now. And the Triticale is still laying. I got a bunch of it raked last night. This morning my uncle is going to be raking. They're going to start chopping here in a couple hours. Started planting corn last night. This was the first field. And it's planting pretty good. With no-till, you got to make sure you wait a little bit longer to let the ground dry out. If we could till it, it would be ready sooner. But you can see the rows are closing up here. Getting going with planting, that's exciting. Gonna try to get 55 acres in before we get rain here, potentially tonight or definitely tomorrow night. So we should easily be able to do that. Just gotta keep it rolling. It's gonna be a busy day because once they're chopping, we're gonna have to be watching the silos and setting silos up then later. So I gotta take care of that, and we're gonna try to keep the planter moving too. All right, let's start this thing up. We got a 6-row Kinsey planter. We're planting silage corn. It's BMR. It's made for corn silage. You're not gonna want to harvest this for grain. The plan is to put this in the first bunker silo. That's what we're planting now. These fields here are the ones that we just had rye in as a cover crop. And I came in and sprayed them at the beginning of April. Got manure spread on them, and then the plan was to start planting as soon as we could. Sometimes April 20th, we're ready to go. This year, today's May 5th, so a little bit later, but it's not bad at all. We're rolling. I'd say planting is my favorite fieldwork job. I'm really starting to enjoy it now after I've had a few years of experience. It's getting a little bit easier, know what to expect a little more, so it's definitely fun. You see I got my marker down there. I do not have auto steer or anything. Still doing it the old-fashioned way. Gotta watch for rocks. Just finished up this first small field here. Just wanted to look over the planter, make sure everything's on where it's supposed to be. Make sure the liquid fertilizer is coming out of each of these seed firmers. It's a little bit tacky, it's sticking to the closing wheels just a little bit, but it's not real wet. Just like to see how the rows are closing up like this. You see how the dirt's kind of flaky here. If you try to ball it up, it just falls apart. That means it's ready to plant. Everything looks good here. In the tanks we have, this is a product called Jump. It goes directly on the seed through the seed firmers. It's gonna help get the seeds going, get them out of the ground. And then on the outsides here we have nitrogen or UAN, 30% UAN. And that's actually coming out these front fertilizer discs right here. And those are 2 inches off the row, so the corn plant will be able to grow into some fertilizer. We're only running 5 gallons on though, just 5 gallons to the acre, and then we have another calcium product we have in there as well. We'll see how the rates work out. That's what these squeeze pumps do. This one's for the outside tanks. And then this is your in furrow coming out of the seed firmers. So I was going along here and I noticed the one unit is turned sideways. Yep. This bolt came out here. That's all it is. Just one of these. There's 4 bolts that holds the units hanging on the frame. There's springs here to put pressure on it, and yeah, just one of these bolts here pulled out. Shouldn't be a tough fix, except I don't have the nut, so gonna have to call somebody or go get one or something. We're about a mile from the farm. Rather than taking the planter home, my dad's gonna bring a bolt over for me. Just waiting on that. I'm gonna dig up a seed here. I was digging up some last night, so I know it was planting good, but it's good to check it. All right, right there it is. So our depth is, that one there is actually plenty deep. Right around 2 inches is what we're looking for. Pushing 2.5, but you can see how good this soil is here. This is what we like. It's dry enough, it's closing up the seed trench, getting good contact. The seed to soil contact is what you want, so it can sprout and get growing. So now we need heat, that's what we want. Warm weather. It's actually gonna get down the end of the week here. It's supposed to get pretty cold, down to the 30s again, but then next week again, warming back up, so we should be in good shape. All right, we put that bolt in there. Also set it 1 inch or 1 notch shallower. I'm gonna keep planting here now. Yeah, I always gotta keep an eye on stuff. Yeah, if you're not thinking about it, you can go for a while with an issue like that, so you gotta be observant. Custom crew is here now, and they're chopping at the other farm. That's my uncle right there in our 7130 rake, and that is why we bought another tractor for days like this. It's really nice having a second tractor. It's going really well here. So I have a monitor in the cab, and this is just a sensor that's in each of the rows, sensing when a seed passes through. So if one of them stops, it'll beep at me. I just gotta keep an eye on that, or just an ear out, because it beeps extremely loud. It's pretty noticeable. That's the only tech I have in the cab as far as for the planter. When I run out of seed, it'll start beeping, or if something would malfunction with like if a chain would come off or something and it would stop, the meter would stop going, then I would know right away and I can go check it out. Just finished up this 3rd strip here. My uncle's right there with the rake. He's gonna keep at it. I'm going to start the next field. I should run out of seed here soon, and then I'm gonna run home. But yeah, this Triticale is so heavy. These windrows are big, and there's a ton of them. Just absolutely gorgeous weather the last few days. Usually a struggle to get this stuff dry in the spring, and this year it's just been great. So right here is one thing that's really nice about no-till. This field has a high spot, and it's very rocky. You could not plow this spot. You would not want to disc it, but I can just take the planter over it. I gotta slow down, but I can plant corn in here, and it's not really an issue. Pretty nice. I've planted about 12 or 13 acres so far, so my planter's gonna be empty here soon. I am just about out of seed, so I'm gonna head home now. This farm has 29 acres that I want to plant corn in, and I can get that in 2 loads with the planter, so we're not gonna load up here at the field. I'm just gonna drive the mile back to the farm, load up again. They are chopping now, so I gotta climb the silo. We'll get back to planting when we can. A 6-row planter is pretty wide when you get out on the road. It's like 15 feet wide or a little bit more because of the arms that stick out, so not exactly fun, but we'll get there. Made it back to the farm here. Just gonna back up to the shop so we can load seed, and then I'm gonna go climb the silo. There's about 15 foot of space left in the top of that silo. I'm gonna have to go back up and check it here in a bit, but I'm gonna load the planter a while. It's actually plenty dry. It's down to about 50% moisture content, which is drier than we would need. It'll be fine, but we always have trouble getting it to dry up. We had so much good weather this year. It's crazy. it was really heavy stuff and it's still dry, so we're happy. So here's the seed that we're using. Now, Mycogen isn't paying me to say this, but they should be, so we'll see if they do. But we are planting Mycogen BMR corn. This is Unified 14D38. So this is a high digestibility corn seed designed for dairy cow corn silage. So BMR stands for brown midrib, which basically the difference between BMR and regular is the stalks. It has less of the harder shell around the stalk, basically more of the cushiony, more digestible fiber inside of the stalks of the plant. So you get more value for your cows for corn silage. Now this unified variety is supposed to be better for grain digestibility too. So the grain is more available to the cow, and it's also more available earlier. If you want to feed it like a couple weeks after you harvest, the grain's already pretty available to the cow and you can get a lot of value out of it. We're planting this unified corn for the first bunk, 55 acres. And we've been doing this now. This is the 3rd year of this variety. All right, I'm gonna put a bag in each of the hoppers, and we'll have to add a couple other things too. We have a couple things then we put on top of the seed. This is a product called Seed Coat. It's basically some fertilizers that are gonna be right there at the seed for it to get started. It's supposed to help some things. And then I'm gonna put graphite on as well. This is just to lubricate the seed meter in there. So I just put some of this on here. So it's metered down here. There's moving parts in there that are grabbing little fingers that grab one seed at a time. You wanna make sure those are lubricated. That's what this is gonna help with. So then I just have this stick here that I use to stir it a little bit. Get the seed coat to contact all the seeds. Checking on the silo here. Getting pretty full. We got it very full. I was kind of moving the distributor up and down. I wasn't able to get it to turn side to side very well, but I got the middle piled up really good. They're just shoveling in the last of it. So I climbed up the inside of the silo, came in that second door right there. I would have liked to have been able to glance it over the sides, fill the edges in a little bit more, but it's pretty good. Get it pretty full. All right, we got it leveled out here. Just dropping the unloader down. We're gonna set this up. All right, that's good. Okay, good. Made it back out here to the field, ready to get going. Just gonna open up these valves for the fertilizer. And these pins here on the arms just keep the wings from dropping down. Okay, we're good to go. They got done chopping at the first farm, and now they're right here near me. Planting and harvesting at the same time. I'm making my last pass here at this farm. That'll be 29 acres done. They're still chopping up there. It is making a lot of stuff, so a lot of yield. They got 2 more strips to do. I'm gonna head back now and check the silo, and we'll see how full it's getting. Alright guys, it is still Tuesday evening. It's about 8:30, and I'm working at planting corn now again. We got all the Triticale in. I was gonna try and show you guys the whole process, but it kind of was happening too fast, and at one point I actually forgot my camera. So what we did was we filled that silo here at home, which you saw, and then we went down to the heifers and filled a silo down there, and we actually had a little bit left. After that, we put in the silo here at home again in the one of the blue silos. So it yielded really well. We're really happy with it. So right now I'm trying to get this 55-acre chunk done for that first bunker silo. They're calling for some rain here tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna try and get done this evening. Got about 25 acres of plant, so it'll be a little while here, but gonna have to maybe grab myself a deal. Oh no, I'm out of dues. This'll work. Got a lot more spring work. I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys everything, but I'll film what I can and hopefully explain most of what's going on. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you later. It's a little after midnight, and I just got about 52 acres done now. So that should be enough to fill that middle bunk. Glad to have that done. If we get some rain now, it's okay. Pack this thing in the shed and go to bed.